NewGenGamers.com.
From Mindscape.
14 rings for the Dragon Knight.
Here we'll see another FMV, and we're going to take a look at a lot of these FMVs because this really showed off the power of the system.
Yeah, truthfully the FMVs looked a lot better than the actual game.
Which is another reason why once the Sega Saturn, N64, and Sony PlayStation came along and could do fully realized 3D scenes in-game, it really...
It made this outdated even more so.
It was outdated before... It's really like it was ahead of the curve for about a year, and then it was behind. And then as soon as the other systems came along, they blew it out of the water. And because it was still too expensive when those other systems came out.
Yeah, they were still trying to sell it around that $700 price range.
Okay.
They dropped it down
So you
with
see
the
that
Gold Star model to about $400, which was still a little high.
Yeah, and that was due to the direct competition from the Saturn and PlayStation.
Now we're gonna jump into this game here. We're not very far into it. As you'll see here, it's got an interesting interface.
Listen, those birds chirp.
You have this cursor that is a dragon. So you can spin around, and you'll see the world's not actually a 3D world, it's just still images that you move around in.
Yeah, they basically took pictures of it.
But once again, it's faking 3D.
Yeah,
a
it's
lot of
faking
faking
it.
3D.
So we go in the house here, you see it brings up a little video scene of you actually going in the house, but then it's back to the still scenes.
This definitely reminds me of a lot of the quick adventures on early PC gaming.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of, well, this game was. This was a PC game.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of PC like type ports.
Made by a French developer.
What is the matter with you this morning, boy? Bring the cow into the pasture and make sure that she stays there.
You better
Now I don't
that.
like.
Well, now we have voice acting.
I don't like this guy's tone, but yes, we definitely had some voice acting in these games, which helped bring a new level of emotion and brings bad actors into the realm of video gaming.
Absolutely. And there was a slew of bad actors, excluding Corey Haim.
Yeah.
Corey Haim would not be seen on the 3DO, but Night Trap was on the 3DO.
As was a bunch of Tom Zito's stuff that he tried to sell on the Sega CD.
Digital Pictures games that were basically just interactive movies.
And not very good ones.
And that's where the 3DO really stepped up things, because these were actual games. They got really good games. And if you look at the whole breadth of the 3DO's lineup, they had some really good games in the end, but just the system was never at a consumer-friendly price when it needed to sell, and by the time it was, no one cared.
It was long dead.
It was already to the point where the Sony PlayStation and the Saturn were out, and it just was too far ahead of itself, and the consumer just wasn't ready to buy into this idea.
Now, there were several models of this that actually did get released. In America, we saw the Panasonic version, the Gold Star version, and then there was also another version that was a PC add-on card that was made by Sound Blaster, who is known for their Sound Blaster sound cards. And
so they basically made it into a PC card?
yeah, it would plug into the expansion port on your PC and would run in a window, but it had the full 3DO blueprint hardware on it.
You see, we're having a little trouble with
I tried that too. I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I use this on the cow out here. Here we go.
There it is.
Oh, I've skipped the cutscene.
Oh, that was a payoff.
That
too.
was going to be a cool one.
And now you're holding the cow in your arm.
The cow loves me.
You are the cow.
Are you the cow? Oh, you are the cow.
We're in cow vision now.
Excellent.
Not
Not many games come with cow vision, so that's not
No.
what the 3DO
Yeah.
brought.
Yeah,
Vision.
only
We need
on the
more
3DO.
cowbell.
Only on the 3DO.
So we'll go ahead and take this back to Otis, I'm going to call him. We head back to the ranch.
Now, a game like this would be something you would only be able to see on the 3DO because of the full motion video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a PC game, but on the home market, yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
If nothing
only,
else could run this at the time.
Not until the Saturn. And so that's
So
why...
it took 2 years for something else to get onto the market like this.
Yeah, and the system was a 32-bit system, but essentially was competing with the 16-bit systems when it came out.
Yeah, which puts it at a weird place in time.
The only problem I've noticed with a lot of the 3DO games is they're not fast-paced.
No, they're very slow.
And-
I think they did that to mask a lot of load times.
Well, in the generation of Sonic, where speed is everything, you know, these slow-paced games were not going to intrigue the young gamers at the time. The generation that really grew up loving games.
What is the
And
matter with you
Yeah.
this morning, boy? Bring
And you'll see with all of these games that they run very slow, the engines aren't very fast, and there is a lot of loading between different actions. But the system is very powerful for the time. It had a meg of video RAM and 2 megs of RAM.
That's why all these video scenes don't look so, like, pixelated.
Yeah, it
They
had...
don't look overly compressed or anything like that. These were actual full videos.
They could have up to a 640 by 480 resolution, so the stuff looked really good. Alright, I want to drop the stupid cow now. Done with the cow.
Go to the water.
Leave me alone. Yeah, you said take him to the pasture. I don't know.
Where the hell's the pasture?
Maybe this isn't the pasture. So, this is the story of a young lad out to do adventures, but he begins as a humble farm boy.
as they always do in RPGs.
They always do, so
Unfortunately, the farm work's rather tedious in this game.
if you like point-and-click adventures and you like medieval themes, check it out. If you want to play the 3DO, this is one that only the hardcore are really going to hunt down because it has a lot of good games, but it has a lot of meh
And this
games.
is one of those, nah.
So let's continue on.
Alright.
From Dynamics, part of the Sierra family.
Sierra, big on computer gaming.
This is Stellar 7 Draxon's Revenge.
And an American company, so yet another American company that supported the 3DO.
Yeah, just like Electronic Arts, and you'll see
Who is that?
Psygnosis.
Who is that?
What
That
the-
voice sounds familiar.
Oh yeah,
So we're seeing some actors coming in now. Michael Dorff, I believe is his
Dorn.
name. Dorn, my
yes.
bad.
dwarf.
From Star Trek.
The Next Generation, yes. So, an A-caliber actor.
With a deep voice.
So these are the types of things that were brought to the table with this system, which is really cool.
I think computer games are fundamentally different from video games, mainly because computer technology in the home can be extended and become a much broader base of technology. Just as an example, all of these programs that we're talking about here, they come on floppy disks, and each one of these holds much more memory than can be held in the memory of a coin-operated arcade game. And it really is, it becomes a question of the program size when you finally want to know how good a program can I have and how much can I do with it and how long will it take before I'm bored with it or I've exhausted the educational value. And I can get, something like 3 or 4 times more program on here than I can fit into the memory of a coin-operated game.
New Gen Gamers.com.